Hey, hello my YouTube friends, how are you doing? Hope you can hear me using my phone here for monitor. Yeah, just wanted to show you here, there's a statutorial square right over there, Hong Kong Bank. So there's the Hong Kong Bank behind me, not much you can see. Yeah, so let me tilt up the camera. Yeah, isn't that awesome? So you can remote. So that's Hong Kong Bank, HSBC, one of the most expensive buildings in the world when they built it, so they made sure they spend a lot of money to build this building, which is really expensive. And let's check out the building, the statutorial square. So there's a fountain here, and usually during the holidays, all the domestic helpers here work here. Now they come here and they spend a day off and they just rest here and hang out, which is awesome. Have you guys noticed I lost a lot of weight? So been going in and out of hospitals, taking care of my body and everything, all the tests and all that. So everything has been, so far so good. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Hong Kong, which is really sad. Hong Kong, I think they pretty much flushed it down the drain. Yeah. Singapore they really can't thank Hong Kong enough because of the strict COVID protocols in Hong Kong. You still have to go through the quarantine. You still got to do a PCR test when you come into Hong Kong, which can cost hundreds of dollars in US. And now even many places don't do PCR tests around the world. So people trying to enter Hong Kong has a really difficult time doing the PCR tests. Singapore, they're saying, thank you so much Hong Kong, because a lot of corporate companies has moved over to Hong Kong. And the latest news here is there's one of those packets, the paper packs drinks. There's one of the biggest recycling plant in Hong Kong that the lease has expired and they're not going to renew the lease. And what is happening is that Singapore already said that, oh well, welcome to Singapore. We'll assist you to set up a factory, in Hong Kong to do recycling work, which is awesome. So Singapore, they are opening, welcoming with open arms, and all the young kids, graduate from college, they're having programs that are accepting them to go to Singapore for new jobs, big corporations and everything. By the way, in Singapore there's no more COVID restriction and all that. You don't need a PCR test to enter Singapore. Even the most of the world, not just Singapore. But it seems like Singapore has welcomed a lot of Hong Kong people over there, and 6% of the population has already left for Singapore. No, not Singapore, around the world, and the most I think it's in UK. So UK, because of the BNO passport, so if you work there for 4 years and you can get a residency, and the 5th year you can apply for, I think, citizenship, something like that. But now you can get these working visas as long as you get a BNO passport. And a lot of young people have moved their families to UK for new life. I just talked to a guy. He works as a salesman selling massage chairs, and his kid, let's talk about the education here. It's just when they do all their homework, they do good grades, it's not the kid you have to thank the parents. The parents have been up every night around past 11 o'clock, and the kid's like 8 years old, has to help them do their homework. So it's not actually the kid's smart, it's the parents have to force them to do the homework until like 11, 12 o'clock, wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, go to school. Afternoon they had got to learn, compulsory, like you have to learn an instrument, you have to learn these things, and after that they still have to catch up with their homework. So many homeworks, for them. And now national education, you got to learn about the CCP, all the positive things about the CCP, how you learn to love China. So that's a lot of younger generation, young families are preferring a Western education. a lot of even mainlander Chinese with a lot of authority, they have moved their families to the States and Canada. I don't know if they're so against North America or the outside world, why would they move their families to abroad? Something I don't really understand. These guys are really rich, they have a lot of money, God knows where they get the money from, but even you see in mainland China, they say you hear a lot of things that the 5-cent army, but at the end of the day you would see them using iPhones, buying properties there. And I don't know, some things I just find is mind-boggling. Like there's one big 5-cent army guy, he made a lot of money, people watching him, talking about other countries, saying it's bad, and recently he got caught buying property in Hong Kong, moving the family to the States. So if you are a celebrity on the internet selling like China is the best, everything is the best, why would he be moving his family to the States? Why would he be buying real estate and profiting from it, right? So it doesn't kind of make sense for me. So that's what's going on. That's the reality. Hong Kong, you've got to wear a mask. As I said, you get fined if you don't, and it's just so uncomfortable under this scorching heat. Like the average temperature here is around 90 degrees, which is pretty, sucky deal. And so you see all these office buildings in Central now are pretty empty. A lot of corporate offices have left Hong Kong. The rent's really getting lower and lower to rent because the headquarters offices have moved out. If you had a corporate, a big corporate company here, would you want your expats to go through the PCR test and go through hotel quarantine, all that just to get in the country? It's really super inconvenient. So they decided, well, it's better off just to leave. Hong Kong is still a little bit better than China because there's not a lockdown. In China, they'll just lock your city down, no public transport, all shut down. But still, Hong Kong hasn't been so extreme yet. But you never know what's going to happen. So it's, the reason I'm here alone is because I'm taking advantage of the market. So the government, I don't know, they're doing this to flushing down the economy down the drain, and I'm just seeing that is there any opportunities to invest since it's getting lower and lower. And a lot of Hong Kong people are buying US dollars, hoarding US dollars because the RMB is going down. Canadian dollars went down quite drastically. So the safest bet, just do some fixed deposit in US dollars. And lots of banks are doing a lot of promotions, high interest for them to store. But even if you're on the other side, doing a mortgage for 30 years, they just raised the interest rate in Hong Kong. So if you have a mortgage for 30 years, they up like 1%, you'll be paying a lot more. In Canada, the mortgage rate has significantly gone up. Since a couple of years, it's almost went up like 70% per month. So that's a lot of money. And plus your property prices won't go up at all, and it's going down. New property prices are selling in Hong Kong cheaper than used market prices. It doesn't make sense, but it's happening. Banks are offering, they're working with the developers selling the house, and you can make a deposit, mortgage for like 80-90% just to get you guys to buy it, and the interest is not going to be cheap. Basically, this is, very depressing for me to live here, seeing the economy going down the drain. But as I said, you guys, it's the reason I'm here is to take advantage of the lower prices and all that, and I find my good friends and we can try to invest in something and hoping something, the brighter side of the economy, prices will go up again. So that is, one of the main reasons I'm telling you guys I'm staying here all by myself. But basically, for these couple of years, I don't see Hong Kong. I don't think you'll be benefiting from Hong Kong much. Yeah, that's really sad. Here, let me walk around, show you around here. Let me move this camera. So here you go. Beautiful, the Mandarin Hotel behind me and the IFC. Isn't that beautiful, the building? Look at that. Let's turn around the camera. That's the Princess Building. All the high-end stores. Yeah. HSBC. Bank of China. And you see the old courthouse. Now they've been legislation council. So, and all the Filipinos hang out here, which is good. So anyways, I hope you enjoy my video. Always love to you know, show you guys what's happening currently in Hong Kong. Very sad. Okay, in Singapore it's just have their arms open, welcoming, you know, businesses, companies, students, university graduate, young families to Singapore. And I don't know, are they going to beat Hong Kong in the economy? You know, never know. And Hong Kong, just yesterday, the prices are historic low. You know, the stock market went down, which isn't good. You know. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you, my Patreon. My patrons, if you're watching this, I released a video a few days ago on Hong Kong. Maybe you guys can jump on my Patreon page, take a look. You know, I appreciate patrons all the time. Haven't subscribed, you want to know more about Asia, what's going on, subscribe to my channel, drop a like, comment below. Always read your comments. Sometimes I don't reply, but I'll always read it. You know, 90% I'll reply, but I always read my comments. So if you have any suggestions or anything, do leave a comment. Okay, guys? So see you later from the Central Business Central District in Hong Kong. Bye, guys. See you next time.